Welcome back. As you can see from all of this scaffolding, they are still finishing up the plastering up on the second floor, the outside of the second floor. But these should be, actually I think they're going to leave these up for painting later. They've also been working on the perimeter wall down there. I don't know if you can see it in this view, but almost every room is now complete in terms of plastering. So now we get to move on to the ceilings, to tiling the walls and the floors in the bathroom. You can see there, these are the cables from the solar panels that were installed, and that's the conduit going up to the roof. That conduit will come in here to the solar IT and laundry room. So IT rack here, the solar inverters over there. You can see, I think, here it's a little dark, but some of the double walls and insulation. Again, this room is going to be very hot and noisy, so we wanted to insulate this so that we couldn't hear the inverters or the laundry machines or the buzz of the IT rack in the other rooms. But it also needs the aircon to be running 24/7 to keep that room at 25 degrees Celsius. You can see how thick the walls are in some of these rooms that have been double walled. Maybe I'll pop up an inset showing the process or the insulation that we put in there. But we've also moved on to electrical work in the ceilings, so for lighting, air cons, that sort of thing. And started here in the main living space. Again, not complete. These need to come across on rails or something to be suspended in the drop ceiling for lighting. But making good progress there. So the bathroom tiling will start. This is the small guest bathroom off the kitchen, but they've started plastering the bathrooms for the guest room, the master bedroom, and they plastered it themselves. The main team did not do the plastering in the bathrooms because the tilers is a totally separate team, and they need a different type of plastering to adhere the tiles to the floors and the walls. So the bathroom tiles, as you can see, have arrived. Mostly glazed porcelain. Cotto, I think, is the predominant brand that we use. Lots of electrical junction boxes. Oh, that reminds me. You can see quite a few conduits originate here on the way into the storage room and the electrical room, and then it goes up to the second floor. That's been plastered over on the second floor now, so you can't see where those conduits come up. But this junction box is pretty much feeding the entire, well, no, it's feeding half of the upstairs and all of the downstairs conduits. But still lots of work to be done there. Once that's done, we'll put in the ceilings and the lights, air cons. So the guest rooms have mostly started in terms of electrical in the ceiling. Actually, mostly complete, I guess. We still need to do these conduits that come through the floor. But for the ceiling, walls, light switches, that sort of stuff, that is mostly ready for pulling the electrical wires. So you can see in here, we've got a different type of plastering, a much rougher surface for the tilers to put the floor and wall tiles. Yeah, all the columns, all the walls, fully plastered. And the back guest bedroom, again, mostly finished in terms of electrical. And this bathroom's got the same sort of plastering on the walls. So that tiling should begin tomorrow, I believe. As soon as that's underway, at least for the 3 or the 4 bathrooms, but do another video on that. I'll take you up to the second floor and give you a peek of the progress up there. So I'm going to inject this clip real quick. This is the entertainment room, a room that we've insulated for sound and heat. One of the reasons we wanted to have such good insulation is that this aircon here will be on the critical loads on the solar system. So should the power go off at night and we don't have any sun, or maybe a really cloudy day, we're not generating enough electricity to run the house, we want certain things on the critical loads. So that aircon will be on the critical loads, the master bedroom aircon, the pump from the water filter system into the house will be on the critical loads. We want that because we just don't like not being able to flush the toilets or take a shower during outages. Put the refrigerator on the critical loads, and something else. I can't remember exactly now, but I'd love people's advice, people who've done solar before, on really rainy, dark days or at night. What is it that you want to be running off of the batteries, in the case of an outage? Certainly appreciate any feedback. If you could put them in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. All right, back to the video. Okay, up on the second floor. Again, the work continues on the electrical in the ceiling. The gym. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to bring the conduits across the ceiling here. I imagine there'll be some sort of metal aluminum railing system. And also for the devices that are in the ceiling here, aircon, what is that, a 360 camera. This is the cat's room here. But yeah, the plastering done on all the interior and exterior walls, well, most of them. It's been a really, really long process, almost 2 months of plastering. And while that's going on, there's not much the team can do or other teams can do until that's complete. So I'm looking forward to the next phase where we can move on to ceilings, tiling, windows, doors, electrical, lighting, carpeting, all the painting. So all those things should probably happen in fairly quick succession over the next 2 months. Those are underway. I'll put out another video. We also started looking at, curtains, blinds. Well, we've already chosen the carpeting for up here on the second floor. But furniture, that sort of stuff, it's a lot of work to be done in the next couple of months. So the master bathroom, again, the different sort of surface to the plastering on the walls. And I believe the tilers will start the floors and the walls in the bathrooms, the 4 bathrooms tomorrow or this coming week. So still some surfaces, these small pieces that have yet to be plastered, but all the large surfaces are complete. As I mentioned downstairs, this is where all of those conduits come up from downstairs, and then I assume there'll be a large junction box here that will feed the second floor. Also in the gym over there will be another consumer unit or circuit breaker, electrical panel. And I believe some conduits will also come up here. Directly below here is the main electrical panel, solar room, etc. As I showed before, the conduit for the solar is right there, going up to the roof. Maybe I'll give you a peek outside at that. Some people might ask why we did solar, a couple months before we move in. And one is I'd like to, test it out, kind of refine our settings on the inverters and batteries, and just, not have to pay 2 full electrical bills while we're, over the next few months. But again, until PEA gives us a meter, which I don't really know the process for that yet. Until they have a meter, we can't really hook up the electricity or the solar inverters. So hopefully that process will be easy and straightforward. We also would love to get an address, a shipping address, a mailing address. All of these different contractors and vendors keep asking for an address, and we have to give them our current address where we're staying. And like for the carpets, they delivered these giant rolls of carpeting and just kind of dropped them in our driveway. And we had to get some friends, a whole bunch of friends, to carry them inside so they didn't get wet or moldy. Kind of wish they had held off on that as well and just delivered it here when we had aircon. But right now it's taken up, the whole living room, the rolls of carpet in our current house. So can't really move them over here. And again, I don't know how we're gonna move them over here. I think the carpet company said that they would send their fitters to our current house, cut the rolls into the sizes they need for up here. So we're carpeting this hallway and the living room, the master bedroom, and all of this closet space. And we're also carpeting the entertainment room downstairs, but we're actually using a different company for that, mostly because of color choice and material choice. We wanted something different in that entertainment room than we wanted in these upstairs living spaces. So, yeah, we need to wait till we have windows, doors, electricity, aircon, until we can install the carpeting. But until then, we're storing an awful lot of stuff. All of the IT equipment, carpeting stuff, some tiles, other knickknacks. So I'd love to get an address and some doors and windows, lock this place up and start clearing things out of our current house. It's getting kind of crowded there. So I think I'll wrap up there. Again, I think the tilers will start tomorrow or next week, this coming week. And if they make good progress in the bathrooms, I'll make a quick video about that. The ceilings will be started as soon as the electricians are finished. And then I think while those two things are going on, the ceilings, the electrical, and the tiling, the main crew will move out to complete or continue work on the perimeter wall. And then after that, they'll dig out the bunker for the pool filters, the water, house water filters, and then move on to the driveway, parking area, that sort of stuff. It'd be nice to have actual pavement. It's just really mucky down there when it rains. We don't even have gutters yet. So looking forward to that as well. Yeah, there's a lot of work still to be done on the roof to kind of finish off the design there. But until next week, I will sign off here, and thanks for watching. Bye.